guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match. Barcelona draw 0-0 with Atletico Madrid at the Camp Nou. Very poor performance from Barcelona in this game, especially in that first half. Atletico Madrid overall in the game were the better team, and they did deserve the win ahead of Barcelona in this game. But it was a 0-0. Again, the 0-0 result, I'm seeing a lot of people saying Koeman out. I'm seeing a lot of people saying the Liga is over. We have to wait until tomorrow's game against Real Madrid and Sevilla. If that ends 0-0 or draw as well, we're back to square one. Everyone's in the same spot. If Real Madrid win, it's going to be a big advantage for them. If Sevilla win, they're already behind because they lost to Atletico Bilbao a few weeks ago, so they're just going to come back just getting a little bit closer, so it won't really have that much effect. But it all lies on the game against Real Madrid and Sevilla on whether or not this result is good or bad. Starting lineup on screen right now, it was the Gala 11 as we all expected. It was Ter Stegen in goal. Back three being Garcia, Pique, and Lenglet. Wing back being Des and Jordi Alba. Three midfielders were Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, and the two strikers up front were Messi and Antoine Griezmann. Overall team performance on the night, I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 10. I thought we were absolutely dreadful in that first half. Atletico Madrid were on top. Second half, in that from like the 45th minute until like the 70th minute, it was the same thing, same crap. Although Koeman did make one change, it did not have an effect on the way we played. Then after the 70th minute, Barcelona stepped up a little bit. We got some chances here and there. Depay had that big header that was wide. Messi free kick. Griezmann had a chance as well. But overall, Barcelona, I don't believe deserved to win this game whatsoever. The players tonight did not perform whatsoever. We had some decent performances from players here and there, but mostly overall, the team were below average, so I'm going to have to give the team performance a 5 out of 10. Let's get in now to the player ratings. We're going to start with the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen. I'm going to give Ter Stegen a 9 out of 10 in my man of the match. Without him, we would have lost this game 2 or 3-0. The saves he made in that first half were absolutely ridiculous. Barcelona were on toast, Atletico Madrid were on top, and he came up and he stepped up. So a lot of people were saying Ter Stegen out, and boy, oh boy, did he redeem himself today. Some of the saves he made in that first half were absolutely unbelievable. In the second half as well, he had some saves he had to make there as well. Overall, for me, my man of the match gets a 9 out of 10. Into the right center back was Oscar Mingueza. I'm going to have to give Mingueza a 5 out of 10. Very poor from him. He was absolutely on toast by Carrasco. Carrasco had him in his back pocket. He could not handle him. Mingueza, very poor. It explains why he got subbed off at halftime. Did not put in a great performance whatsoever. Passing out from the back wasn't that bad, but his defending overall for a defender was very poor. He gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Into the central center back was Pique. I'm going to give Pique a 7 out of 10. I thought he was very solid that defense today. Had Suarez in his back pocket as well. He was very quiet today, Suarez as well. The only chance he basically had was that free kick in that first half. That's it. Pique had him locked down, so give credit to him. Of course, he did pick up that yellow card in the end of the game, but nonetheless, Pique was absolutely solid. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Left center back was Clement Lenglet. I'm going to give Lenglet a 6 out of 10. Overall, the game was pretty average. He had that one fantastic block in the first half from Angel Correa that was going in. World-class block from him. Overall in the game, I thought, he defended well, but with the ball, I think his passing actually today was very good. Like, his passing out from the back was good, but he took a lot of chances in this game. He had, he's coming out from the back, dribbling a lot. He was, under pressure all the time. Those moments weren't that great, but his defending-wise and, passing out from the back-wise, very solid, so I'll give him overall a 6 out of 10. Into the wing-backs now, we're starting with Serginho Dest on the right-hand side. I'm going to give Serginho Dest a 6 out of 10. Again, very out from him. Going forward, he wasn't doing that bad, but in 1v1s, Dest is very poor. When he's, 1v1 with the player, he doesn't know what to do. So that's something he has to work on in his game. Defending part of the game was very good. His speed today was very important with Carrasco, because we all know that Mingueza was getting toasted by Carrasco, so that's coming back to defend was doing very good. His pace was very important in this game down the right-hand side. Thank God he didn't go with Roberto. If he went with Roberto, this could have been a completely different game. But overall from Dest, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Into the left wing back was Jordi Alba. Again, Jordi Alba, I'm going to have to give him a 6 out of 10. Again, this time it was the complete opposite. He was very solid defensively, but going forward today, he wasn't really doing that much. I think he had, 2 crosses in today that I can think of. One for Messi and one for Dembele. Apart from that, he was pretty poor in the attacking third. Defensive third, he was very solid. Again, he had, he dealt with Trippier, he dealt with Suarez, he dealt with Angel Correa a little bit as well. Didn't think he did that bad in the defensive aspect of the game, but again, attacking-wise, wasn't really the greatest, so overall, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Into the midfield now, we're starting with the CDM and Sergio Busquets. Only played 10 minutes. Poor guy, got a concussion. I don't know why the medical staff sent him back on the pitch. You absolute freaking fraud. Sack the entire medical staff. How are you sending a man who's had a concussion back on the pitch and him collapsing on the pitch like that? Medical staff, you're an absolute joke. Busquets has gone to the hospital, by the way, so hopefully he recovers well. He probably won't play against Levante midweek on Tuesday. Overall, Busquets only played 10 minutes, but he was absolutely fantastic, by the way, so I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. We'll probably usually give him a 6, but during the 10 minutes he played, he was absolutely flawless, so I'll give Busquets a 7 out of 10. Into the right center mid was Frankie de Jong. I'm going to give Frankie de Jong a 6 out of 10. He was doing well when he's on the right-hand side of the midfield, but once he dropped back to CDM, he was he was so poor in that CDM position. Like, he doesn't... he doesn't give you what Busquets gives you, right? He's a different kind of player to what Busquets is. De Jong is not a holding midfielder, by the way. He is not a Busquets replacement. He is a right center mid. In a single pivot by himself, De Jong is very, very poor. As a double pivot, he works. Single pivot, he was not the greatest today. He defended well in the game, but of course, his attacking aspect of the game that we all know he's done very, very well in. There was none of that today because he had to sit back in that CDM position. So overall from De Jong, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Into the left center mid was Pedri. I'm going to give Pedri I want to give him a 5.5. I don't think he was quite a 6, but I don't think he was quite a 5. Give him in the middle, 5.5. Again, from Pedri, another. He's had now, what, 4 bad performances in a row, and yet he's still starting. I don't really know what to say on Pedri, you know. He's not offering Barcelona that much in this game. He's acting more of like a CDM. In that left-hand side of the midfield, you have to be more of that creative midfielder, go a bit forward. He did go forward, but he didn't, you know, create that much. His defensive aspect of the game wasn't that bad. He had a lot of interceptions, good tackles as well, and his passing as well was good as well. But again, he lacked something. He didn't do that great today as well. Got subbed off. I'll probably give maybe a 5.5, 5.7 out of 10. Into the strikers now. We'll start with Leo Messi on the right-hand side. I'm going to give Messi an 8 out of 10. Without him, we wouldn't have had a chance to win this game whatsoever. He was the only spark in that team. That run in the first half, by the way. Madre mia. Oh, my God. When he was going, by the way, in that run, yeah, all you see is just like 8 Atletico Madrid players just swarm him. It was ridiculous. And he got like what? He got Saul and Koke both on yellow cards as well. He was world-class today as well. I don't think his man the match. I think Ter Stegen was, you know, his saves today were just unbelievable. But Messi was the only outfield player that gave us any chance of winning this game. Overall, Messi today, 8 out of 10. And the left-hand striker was Antoine Griezmann. I'm going to give Griezmann a 6 out of 10. Very, very quiet. Did not... I think he touched the ball like 10 times. No service whatsoever. Again, in a big game, Griezmann, you know, in a big game against a big team, very, very quiet. But in big games against little teams like, you know, Sevilla and Athletic Bilbao in the cup final, he does well. But again, this game was very, very quiet. I think he was locked out of the game, though. Wasn't really getting involved. No service whatsoever. All the crosses coming in were either over him or behind him. Didn't really get involved that much. So overall, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Into the substitutions now. Firstly, with Elias Riba coming on for Busquets in the 15th minute. Riba, again, I think he was very, very poor today. I'll probably give him a 5.5, 6 out of 10, similar to Pedri. I think when he first came in, he did well. He had some nice touches on the ball. But again, his touches in the second half were very, very poor. Wasn't connecting well with the Barcelona team as well. Had that one shot that was blocked that, you know, that could have been a goal, but I don't want to, you know, not discrediting him for that. But again, on the ball today wasn't that great. I felt like he was very, very poor. So I'm going to give him a 5.56 out of 10. At halftime, Araujo came on from Mingueza. I think Araujo did absolutely fantastic down the right-hand side. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Had Carrasco on lockdown, something that Mingueza couldn't do. He did so well. Of course, scored a goal that was offside, unfortunately, by a freaking leg, man. I was so pissed. By literally a toe, he was offside. If he just stepped back a little bit, that would have been a goal. But I felt like he dealt with Carrasco, Suarez, and Felix, and even Alejandro Correa very, very well. Maybe now he's taking the place of Mingueza in the starting lineup because that performance today was very, very solid. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. The two other subs were Roberto and Depay coming on in the last 10 minutes, giving them both a 6 out of 10. They barely played, to be honest. I think both of them together probably touched the ball 15 times, so give them both a 6 out of 10. And finally, the manager, Ronald Koeman. I'm going to give Koeman today a 5 out of 10. Lineup, you know, starting lineup was spot on. It was a lineup that everyone wanted. Everyone was saying before the game, perfect lineup. We're going to go into this game. We're going to challenge them. But we played absolutely dreadful in that first half. Koeman, remember, by the way, Koeman was suspended for this game. He has the best seat at the Camp Nou watching this game from the sky, seeing everything that's happening in the game, and he did not change anything. He stuck with that 3-5-2, very, very persistent, then changed it to 3-4-3, no 4-3-3, no 4-3-1, no nothing. Halftime sub, Araujo for Mingueza was very, very good, because, you know, in the end, Araujo did well, and Mingueza was poor. But the Riba substitution for me was very, very poor as well, dropping De Jong back to CDM. And at right center mid, he is world-class. Why would you take out a world-class player and drop him back? It's like, you know, bringing on Messi and then bringing him on as a center back. It just doesn't make sense. Should have brought on someone else. And again, no Ricky Puig in this game. Ricky Puig last year in this game at the Camp Nou was the best goddamn player on the pitch. And this game, he couldn't even freaking warm up. How is that possible? How has Ricky Puig, again, not played a single minute for Barcelona? If Koeman stays, by the way, Ricky Puig probably will go out alone. Our best midfielder behind De Jong and Busquets is not even getting into the starting lineup or even coming on as a sub for even a minute. The treatment of Ricky Puig is an absolute disgrace from Ronald Koeman. His stubbornness and his grudge has really helped Ricky Puig's development behind. Ricky Puig, for me, how he did not make a single appearance in this game is absolutely beyond me. The main thing for Koeman is not changing the system or anything to, you know, make Barcelona give us an advantage to win the game. And secondly, the replacement for Busquets for Mariba was very, very poor as well. I believe that probably cost us the game, taking De Jong out of that right center mid spot. Probably should have brought on Pjanic, even though he just came back from injury. He's the best player to play that position on the bench. I think that was very, very poor from him. And again, I wouldn't say he cost us this game, but definitely did have an impact. You know, the players on the pitch, they didn't play that well Managerial as well, but Koeman didn't change anything from the bench. And again, he had the best seat in the house at the Camp Nou. Very, very poor from Koeman. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. So that's my match review for Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid in La Liga. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below, of course, on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to know is what your thoughts on the performance and your player ratings as well. Overall, the result for Barcelona isn't the worst, but it isn't the greatest as well. But we have to wait for tomorrow, Real Madrid versus Sevilla. And if Real Madrid win that game, this draw is going to feel like an absolute big loss. If they draw that game, we're all back to square one. If Sevilla win, this draw wouldn't be that bad. So we're going to have to wait for tomorrow's game. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah.